New into our newsroom, a Trumbull County jury has determined if a man convicted of aggravated murder in the shooting death of James Chapman last April should get the death penalty. Earlier today, lawyers for Kayshawn Williams were hoping that certain factors Williams dealt with while growing up would spare his life. Just days after being convicted of aggravated murder, Kayshawn Williams was back in a courtroom Monday for a hearing that will determine his sentence. Because of the aggravated circumstances of his conviction, Williams could get the death penalty. In front of the same jury that convicted him, Williams' lawyers called witnesses and presented testimony about mitigating factors they say should rule out Williams getting a death sentence, including the opinion of psychologist Dr. Sandra McPherson.
He was a kid, he was in need, and he was maltreated as far as I'm concerned. So that's a mitigation factor because it directly impacted his ability to learn, to realize the potential he had as an athlete, and to find conforming his conduct to be highly rewarding.
Also testifying, Williams' mother, who pleaded with the jury.
I'm asking you, please, save my son's life.
Even Williams himself took the stand, rambling throughout much of his speech, but also,
I do show remorse for what happened to James that night. I think about him every day. He was my friend.
Then, during closing arguments, Chris Becker brought out the scales of justice to illustrate with rocks and marshmallows how the aggravating circumstances far outweigh the mitigating factors of ADHD, marijuana addiction, and that his family loves him. And if the jury agrees, he says Williams should get a death sentence. Well, jurors began to deliberate around 2:30 this afternoon, but then came back with a decision a little after 5:30. They are not recommending a death sentence. Instead, they were not unanimous with that. So instead, they're recommending that he be sentenced to life without parole. Judge Ronald Rice will now take that recommendation into consideration and hand down his sentence at a later date.